One of the things about building relationships, I want to talk a little bit about relationships because you want to do business with people you like, know, and trust. Isn't that right? Okay? If you don't like them, know them, or trust them, you're not going to want to do business with them. But how do you get to have people like, know, and trust you? How do you do that? How do you make friends? I was fortunate enough to be from parents who traveled all over the place. It wasn't until the 4th grade that I spent the whole year in one school. Kindergarten, I was in 5 different schools in kindergarten. 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. Guess what I had to do? I had to learn how to make friends. You know why? Because if I didn't, I'd be sitting in the corner all by myself. And that's not very fun. I mean, especially when I was growing up, I was a short, little, fat kid with freckles. And my mom used to give me these weird haircuts. So, a name Melvin, short, fat, little kid. Got the picture? Okay. So I had to learn how to make friends, and how I did that was I would put myself out there, and yes, we'd get rejected. How many people like rejection? Nobody likes rejection. You know? Some of us who are, sick, like me, but most people don't like rejection. But if you don't put yourself out there, you don't know where it's going to go, right? So the first thing I want to tell you is, you got to put yourself out there. Even if you're, no matter what, what you're doing, whatever, put it out there, and you never know what's going to happen. I truly believe that one person can change your life. I was, back in the 80s, I was Mr. Disco, okay? Those of you who are my age or older understand that in the 80s, it was all about the disco, the angel flights, right? Remember the angel flights? I had every color angel flights you can imagine, and I loved to dance. I thought I was John Travolta, man. I get out there, I could spin, I could do splits. I wouldn't do that today. I wouldn't be able to get up, okay? I'd get down, I'd have to have some help. But I met my wife at a disco. She says it was a restaurant. She doesn't like people saying I met her at a club. I met her, but I wasn't actually planning on dating. And if you have ever met my wife, you know that I'm a good salesman. Okay? You meet my wife, say, man, that guy, what did she see? Because I was good at sales. She didn't know that though. Okay? What I'm good at though is not so much sales, but getting people to like, know, and trust me. And a way I do that is by listening. I'm going to call it the 80-20 rule. And what I want to do today, if one thing I can instill in your mind, is listen 80%, talk 20%. Listen 80%, talk 20%. Years ago, I got involved in the Amway business. I was passionate about my Amway business. And if you didn't want to hear about my Amway business, I would chase you. And if you ran, I would run faster. And I would get you, and I'd throw you on the ground. I'd take my soap, and I'd throw it down your throat. You'd get up kicking, spitting, and you'd run, and I'd run and catch you again. You ever seen animals do that? They let you, they prey going, then they catch you. And I couldn't understand why nobody wanted me in my Amway business. Well, they didn't want my Amway business because I didn't know about who they were. I didn't take a minute to say, what is it that you want? Can I help you? It was all about me. A lot of people, it's all about them, right? It's all about your product, your service, your goals, what you want, and the other people really don't matter so much. If you were a fisherman, would you throw out a McDonald's hamburger? Maybe not, I don't eat McDonald's anymore. I used to be a fast food junkie until my cholesterol was 405, and then I said, what the heck do you eat? And I told him, he said, stop doing that. You're killing yourself, okay? 405, cholesterol. I thought my doctor was gonna have a heart attack. So, I don't know why I said that. Stop eating McDonald's, okay? Eat healthy. That's why I said that. Because now I'm in a health, I have a health product. This little piece of paper that I'm waving around here is not for my notes. I do not use notes. If I did, I would be lost. So I don't use notes. But what I want to do in my example of 80-20 is imagine this piece of paper that I want to move through air, right? How many understand about aerodynamics? A little bit about aerodynamics, okay? This paper has a lot of surface tension, right? If I want to move it, it's not gonna go very good this way. But let's imagine that this paper is my getting to try to get to know you, okay? This is me talking, and I'm going to tell you all about me and about my product and so forth. And so I'm trying to get this conversation to move forward, but I'm going to do it through all me talking. And you're glazed over. See, there's two things happen in conversation. It's the one that you're talking and the one they're thinking about, right? Right now, you're probably thinking about, what is this guy doing up here? What is he selling? Well, I wanted you all to buy tickets to my event. Okay, that's why I'm here. I want you to buy tickets because it's going to help you. But forget about that for a second. Let's go back to the paper. Okay. Now, they don't really buy into what you're trying to tell them. They're not listening, and you're saying to yourself, I got to tell them more. So you really try to tell them everything about your business, And it's still not moving. They're not getting involved in your business. They're not knowing, trusting you. So you know what we do? We tell them more. We talk faster. And we're going to tell more about that paper's not going any farther than that. So you know what I suggest you do? You get a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And you read it. I've read the book over 100 times. In fact, I had to buy another book because I wore the first one out. Then I found out you can buy books on CD. And so I started, actually before CD, I had it on cassette tape. How many remember cassette tape? I would have had it on 8-track, but they didn't have an 8-track, okay? I'm aging myself a little bit. I do have 6 grandkids. So, you get the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you read it, you digest it, and you take a marker. The book was written over 80, 90 years ago, a long time ago. And you read the book. And what happens is, you start developing yourself. You learn how to listen instead of talking, okay? Find out about the person. Find out about what is their want, needs, and desires. It's not about you. It was really hard for me to understand it's not about me. See, I always thought it was about me. How many of you think it's all about you? It's not about you. People don't really care about you. They care about themselves. If you get to know who they are, you get to know what their wants and needs are, and you can help them, and you pay it forward. Now they want to know who you are, right? The other thing is you get in self-development, okay? Go to one of Carrie's seminars. You'll learn a little bit about self-development, okay? And when you do that, you start being well-rounded. Now, when you want to move that paper forward, it's as easy as that, okay? How easy was that? That was effortless, right? Same piece of paper, I just honed some skills. Does that make sense? I learned how to listen 80%, talk 20%, asking questions, okay? Understanding that everything counts in business. What you did years ago might not work today. Did you guys all know that? Yeah. What you used to do might not work. What are you doing to change that? What are you doing to get more knowledge? What are you learning to do today, maybe in social media, that you're not doing? Some of you don't know anything about Facebook. You don't even know how to do Facebook. Some of you don't know how to Twitter. I've been learning how to tweet, or whatever it is you do. I've been tweeting, and I've been finding people tweeting me back, okay? And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And they say, da-da-da-da, and I'm like, wow, they're actually watching, they're looking at these. And I find it totally cool, because I'm an expressive. There's 4 personality styles: expressive, driver, analytical, amiable. As you can tell, I'm an expressive. Usually I have a really shiny shirt. I like to wear things expressively, okay? So, that means expressive, I can go down any rabbit trail, never know where I am, and end up trying to figure my way back. I'm the guy lost on the freeway. I can go back and forth, and not know how to get home, okay? So I'm thinking, I'm expressing, okay? So understand about personality styles. There's a book called Personality Plus. If you don't know it, get it, read it. If you want to relate to people, understand where their social style is, okay? It's not about you. The other thing is, check yourself at the mirror before you go out. What do I mean by that? You have about 2 seconds to make a first impression, right? When people meet you, they're going to size you up about that fast. I was talking to a guy one time. He was telling me about his business. Some of you women are going to relate to what I'm talking about. You guys, you don't have a clue. I own a hair and nail salon. I understand a little bit about grooming. Okay? As we get older, our eyes get really bad. Get a mirror with it can really see what you look like. Because I had this guy talking to me, his nose hairs were that long. I didn't listen to what he was telling me because I couldn't get past his nose hairs, right? I had another lady tell me about her business. She was in Mary Kay. She had every product she owned on her face. She had 2 faces on. And I'm like, do you understand what you look like? Did you look in the mirror before you went out? You realize that you've painted outside the lines? Okay? Okay? Now, that matters. Does that matter? Absolutely. Everything counts in business. Everything counts. Your first impression counts. When you're talking to somebody, when you talk to them, look them in the eye. Don't be looking over here and looking over there. Look at them. Ask them questions, and your body should be open. You're not like this, open, right? You want to build rapport with them. You've got a very short time to build that like, know, and trust. You want to get them to like you? Ask them about them. Everybody wants to tell you about them. Listen, be a good listener. Don't be waiting for what you're going to say next. You ever talk to somebody and they're like this? They can't wait for that moment they can jump in and tell you everything about them, right? Don't do that. Listen, let them talk. Let them talk, and the more they talk, the more they're going to like you. 80-20. You talk 20, they talk 80. You do that, your business will change, okay? Be a fisherman, not a hunter. Hunters chase their prey and shoot. And while they're doing that, the prey's running. Any of you feel like you're chasing people today in your business? right? You're chasing them and they're running. Be a fisherman. Learn what they're biting and use that, okay? I hope I helped you guys today. Sign up for the event. I have some tickets. If you're a power partner, I'll give you a discount on a ticket if you get it today from me. The event is Saturday from 8 to 5. I have 8 amazing speakers. If you want to know more about relationship marketing, I'll be speaking. I'll tell you a little bit more. I'm not going to give you everything today. I'm just one thing, the 80-20 rule. And thank you for having me. Cindy, thank you.
Thank you.